Let's talk about takeaways just real quick. First, with the Tokyo Olympics, you were there. Obviously, the goal is 2024 also. What are the learnings from the last stint in the Olympics?
Oh, it's a big stage. It's a really big one. Can get into your nerves, and yeah, you need to be as prepared as you can be. It doesn't really matter what competitions you had before. Olympics is something else.
It's funny because just we were actually celebrating a World Mental Health Day the other day, and a lot of athletes do go through a bit of that mental struggle, and that particular stage really puts the limelight on you, puts you under the microscope. Do you feel that mentally you'll be able to really develop that type of psyche just to be as ruthless as you want to be going into the next Olympics?
I think the experience of Tokyo definitely made me a better athlete for sure, and I hope that I'll be able to manifest everything that I need to going into Paris.
Are you still working with a sports psychologist?
Yes.
Actively? Okay.
Yeah, with Dr. Cheryl Katsuga.
Okay. All right. Speaking of Paris, what will it take? Are we talking about, is there a point system? Are we talking about a number that you have to hit? Are we talking about a number of tournaments or a height that, what are we talking about to make it to 2024?
I mean, I'm waiting for the standard. It depends on World Athletics, on what exactly is the height that we need to hit.
Oh, okay.
But then there's the other way, which is by rankings.
So I was about to say, does ranking come into play here?
Yeah. So
nice.
they pull in 34 athletes for Paris. So they'll take the people who qualified by automatic standard, which is the height, and then they'll take the rest from the rankings.
The height that they will still set.
Yeah.
That is not yet set.
All right. So speaking of height,
Oy.
so 6. The number 6 for pole vaulting is special.
Obsession ba?
Yeah. Can you explain to us, first of all, why it is such an important mark, and 2, can you hit it?
There's a few people who can say that they went over
20
6 meters.
plus, right? 20
yeah,
plus
20
people,
plus,
right?
in the
Only?
history of the sport.
Yeah.
And it's quite an achievement. It cements your name in the history book as one of the best. Not just, the best at that time, one of the best ever I've ever done it.
Right.
And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to do it. And if I can, I do believe I can. It helped that, I soared over it in the World Championship during the jump in 594. With their analysis, they said the nearest body part of mine, or the lowest peak, was around like 601. So that means if the bar was at 6, I shouldn't have touched it.
Right.
So yeah, that's a confidence booster, but still, yet again, I still need to have to conquer that mental barrier. 6 meters, set there, jump it, and leave it up there.
Okay, so I want to stick with that just real quick. You said, and you mentioned the mental barrier, you mentioned the number. What will it take? Is it a mental part of it? There's a physical part of it for sure.
Yeah.
Is there a technique, skill part of it also that you still have to tweak to get to that? Or is this is just a mental thing? Take us through that.
Right now I know I can do it. Of course, it would be better if I can improve my technique and really move forward and progress on how consistent I could be in the higher heights. But for me, it would take, I think, a good competition. A decent one doesn't need to be a perfect condition, but needs to be good, needs to be able to push me to that level. And, as I said, the way I approach the game is to win. If it's 6 meters, what's going to take? Then that means I'm going to push myself to jump 6 meters.
We're watching right now a couple of highlights that you posted yourself, so I'm going to assume these are very curated because you look amazing there, EJ. But EJ, when you look at the amount of, the ramp up, because last year, a bit stop-start, again, controversy, injury. Now you're going to go into the season with a more full off-season. Do you feel that, considering what you had to go through last time around, that you have to set the bar even higher for you now that you are going to have a smoother preparation, or at least anticipate smoother preparation going into this one?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping this time there's not going to be a controversy up ahead, and I hope I can stay healthy going forward, and I'm looking forward to what Vitaly has in mind for the upcoming season, because there's a lot of major championship coming.
Have you processed that? Because I was thinking about this today. Like, you mentioned it and you touched on it. You talk about the meniscus tear, so there's injury. You talk about the controversy, the expulsion. There was a time that you didn't even know whether you were going to compete still,
Yep.
or be part of a team. COVID, I think, hit you, if I'm not mistaken, and then the injuries. Being separated from family for what? Almost, was it over 3 years?
Yeah.
Basically. When I think about all of that compounding, EJ, I think that is the most impressive part of it all. That you have this momentum and all of these medals, and from the Southeast Asian Games. And how were you able to overcome all of that I've mentioned? Did you even think about it in that way?
I've actually not think about it that way, but
I'm sorry to put it that way.
no,
pala.
but I mean, I have a good team.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest thing, and I think I've been very blessed on how the things unfolded, because there's a lot of things that could have and really could have went wrong, and I'm really just blessed that there's a guiding being that's
course.
keeping me on track and letting me meet people that are helping me out and really making sure that I'm able to do what I need to do.
A lot of people forget that in the individual sports, there's still a huge team helping you out and really pushing you to be what you want to be or what you can be. And when you look at the team that you've come up with, can you take us through the process of actually being able to bring these people in, being able to trust these people, and being able to build that camaraderie and basically putting faith in each other?
That's what's funny. I never built them. It was just came about in each turn of events. It's like I never planned to meet Vitaly Petrov.
Right.
I was dropped there and I met him, and then he decided he wants to take me. My physio, never knew him. He was a son of another physio, and then suddenly we clicked. We were young, he's young, and we clicked, but the way he works has been nothing short of amazing. And then when I had a back problem, suddenly there's a osteopath around the area, which is a city away, that I've met and had a checkup, and suddenly I felt better, and now he's my osteopath. And my psychologist was just introduced by Jim Lafferty, and for some reason she happens to be a Filipino, studied in UP, went to Johns Hopkins. And I'm just like, well, this works. And we won our first championship in 2019. And yeah, this team that I have, especially the core team, I've never planned to have these people.